What is going on, world? I'm the Hungarian experiment, and if you've been following along my journey, then you know that right now I'm experimenting with this unique sleep pattern called polyphasic sleeping. Basically, if you guys don't know what this is yet, you probably already know what this is about if you clicked on the title here, but basically, you don't sleep in this regular kind of sleep patterns that most people do. You don't sleep for 6 to 7 to 8 hours all in one batch. Instead, you have something like, at least what I've been doing, is having a 3 to 4 hour sleep and then offsetting that with little naps throughout the day. So I didn't even really know that I was doing polyphasic sleeping until I did some research after. I heard about these unique sleep cycles from one of my old teachers in high school. He told me that, and my class, that he used to only sleep for very short periods and then have naps in between classes. And we were all making fun of him during that time and being like, you're crazy. And then just recently I actually ran into a lady here that I'm doing some social media consulting for, and she was doing this unique sleep stuff too. So when I got my new job here right now, if you guys don't know and you're not following along my journey, I'm actually working from 11 p.m. at night till 7 in the morning. And along with creating a video every single day and all the stuff that's going on here with the social lab and Fastletics, I was struggling to be productive. So I was like, you know what? I'm only gonna sleep for 3 to 4 hours and have little naps here and there and see how that works for me. After doing this for about a week to 2 weeks, I noticed that, my eyes were getting bloodshot and all this kind of stuff. So I decided to do some research behind it, and I saw this very great video. So if you guys are interested, I really suggest going to check out this video. It's by Brightside. It'll pop up at the top of your screen right here. But basically, one of the writers of Brightside decided to document his journey as he only slept for 4 hours a day. Now, I've been kind of even going a little more than that. I've been doing about 3 to 3.5 to 4 hours every single day and offsetting that with 20-minute to 40-minute naps throughout the day. Usually I'll do about 2 20-minute or 1 40-minute nap. So in this video today, being a human experiment for the world, I thought I would just sit down here and discuss the effects and what's been happening to me after experimenting around with polyphasic sleeping for 1 month. So I noticed, that having these very short batches of sleep, only 3 to 4 hours, while I was editing, I was starting to drift off. And when I was drifting off during these periods, I would just kind of close my laptop down, get a quick little nap, and then when I woke up, I found that I had a lot of energy. But along with this, I was quite moody, I was quite irritable. Things in life were just bugging me more than they normally would. Now, experimenting with other things in my life like intermittent fasting, reducing my carb intake through, ketogenic diets and carb depletion and all these other kind of experiments that I do on my life, I understand which factors is affecting me. So I try not to allow my moodiness, my irritability to affect my day-to-day life, to affect my relationships out there in the world. So when I know that something is making me irritable, I try to let it go, but I have to admit that doing these experiments during the adjustment phase of polyphasic sleeping, it was a lot more irritable than any kind of other experiments that I've been doing. Again, I was able to control myself, I was able to handle myself, but it was like when someone was talking to me and I didn't care, or I was kind of getting on and on and on, it was just getting annoying. I was kind of like, oh my god, stop. I didn't actually show that, but that's how I felt inside. So this is one thing that if you guys decide to experiment with this, just understand that a lot of moodiness and irritability comes along with this, especially if you have a stressful life, if you got a stressful job, if things are going on in your life, if you have kids, this may seriously affect this, so just understand this. Now, again, I've been doing this for about a month now. The first couple weeks of starting this job, I was still trying to get, a full 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but I found that I was missing a large portion of the day. I was missing a lot of opportunities to go out and meet with people and get stuff done, record stuff here for my YouTube channel. So I was like, I'm just gonna cut my sleep back. I'm just gonna figure this out and go with it. I'm gonna do this stuff that I've heard from people in the past and see what happens. And that's personally what I like to do. When I hear about something in the world, if I heard of polyphasic sleeping, I wouldn't have dove into it deeply, especially if I was going to experiment with it. And that's something that I believe if you decide to be a human experiment out there for the world, if you decide to start documenting your path in life, do just a little bit of research, but don't do too much that you start hearing about the symptoms and the effects of it, because then you might, like a placebo effect, believe that certain things are happening to you, if they may not actually be happening. So I did, again, very, very little research before I dove into this. I noticed that my eyes got super bloodshot after about a week of doing this. After about a week or so, oh my God, like it looked like I was stoned. So I was using eye drops all the time to try to fix this. I was like, is this something that I can even really do? Like if I have to go to work and it looks like I'm like high off my ass, like what are people gonna think of me? What are people gonna say if they see me like this? So this is something that, you know, I was like, is this gonna stop? Like what's happening with this? Is this healthy? Is this something that I should be doing? My productivity was soaring through the roof, but I was moody, I was irritable, my eyes were bloodshot like crazy. I was like, is this ever gonna stop? So I did a little bit of research, as I mentioned there. I dove into this video, a great video. Again, it should have popped up at the top of the screen here. If not, it's in the description box below. But I really suggest going to check that out because it really helps to lay out what is going to happen to you and your mind and your body and all these other like symptoms and side effects that are gonna come with experimenting with polyphasic sleeping. So after this gentleman experimented with it, after about a week of this kind of bloodshotness, his eyes actually stopped being bloodshot. But after that period, and I noticed this for myself as well, is that life turned into like a blur. I didn't even really know, like, I would just wake up and be very productive and active, but I didn't even know what day it was anymore. Everything was just kind of blurring together, which is kind of good because when you are trying to be super productive, that when you are waking up from these small little 20 to 40 minute naps, that you just continue on with your productivity. You just move on to the next task, move on to the next task, and you're just getting so much stuff conquered. But sometimes you're up at 4 in the morning, or it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you're just waking up and you're going at stuff that someone's like asked. Like I realized that I didn't answer my emails for 2 days straight because I thought that I was on top of it. I was being super productive in all my other areas of life, but time is just like not a factor anymore. You're not living on like these weird cycles of life that we've been doing for so many hundreds and thousands of years by living by the sun, which I believe, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're someone that's traveling around the world, I think that this could be a very beneficial thing to adapt your body to. Now, it has been about 2.5 weeks that I have been fully adjusted to this, and oh my God, my productivity is even better than the first week. Like, I'm on top of my game. I wake up, I'm so full of energy. The bloodshotness has stopped, and it's only been today. I actually forgot to set my alarm. I set it, but I set it to PM instead of AM. So today, I actually set for the first time in 2.5 weeks for more than 4 to 4.5 hours straight. I slept for 6 hours today, and when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, what is going on with my life? I was super, super groggy. It took me like 40 minutes to get out of this groggy state. And even now, like, I'm still not feeling on top of my game. Do I go have a nap now before I have to head off to work? I don't really know how I'm gonna handle today. But over the last 2.5 weeks, everything has been on point. If you guys are interested, I've been documenting my full day-to-days. I've been taking you guys through several days, full days of my life, and showing you how, I wake up from only 3 hours of sleep, I go to the gym, I crush it in the gym, I lift heavy, I do unique experiments in the gym where I'm doing offset training, and I'm lifting where, I'm doing squats where there's only weight on one side of the bar and no weight on the other side of the bar, and my energy levels are still great. I'm still able to go to the gym, I'm still able to lift heavy, my mental game is still on point, I'm able to create videos every single day, and again, I'm being super, super productive. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to affect myself, my mind, and my body long term. Again, today was the first day in like 2.5 weeks where I really messed this up, and I'm quite disappointed in myself. But tomorrow, I work tonight, so I'm gonna just carry this on, and I'm gonna be doing this long term, and I'm gonna be taking you guys through this journey on my YouTube channel here and showing, what is gonna happen to myself long term. Ultimately, if my job changes or my lifestyle changes, I think right now, at this period of my life, that I'm gonna continue to carry this on because this is really helping me be super productive, and I'm really taking advantage of my day. Like, I have more hours in the day now because I'm only getting technically in looking at the whole day, 5 hours of sleep with these little naps that I'm having. So I have like 19 hours out of the day to be as productive as I possibly can. So even if my lifestyle drastically changes, I think this is something I'm still gonna stick to and still, do in my day-to-day lifestyle. So let's see what happens here over 2018. It's not one of these very structured experiments like I've done with intermittent fasting and stomach vacuums. I'm just kind of taking this on, and I'm gonna see how it's gonna affect me, and I'm gonna document this along my life, document this along my journey here, and tell you guys what's happening to me. So let's see what happens here over 2018 with doing polyphasic experiments. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I want to know, are you guys doing polyphasic experiments? What do you think of polyphasic experiments? Is this something that you're gonna take on into your life, into your lifestyle? Do you think this is something that you can take on with your current lifestyle? If not, I want to know why. What's holding you back from experimenting with this unique sleep cycle? I want to know, so go leave your comments in the comments section below, and on your way down there, make sure you hit that like button. I am the Hungarian experiment.